All right, what's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to Culture Conversations presented to you by As the Culture Turns. Before we get into our episode, I want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel at As the Culture Turns. Follow us on Instagram at As the Culture Turns, and stay tuned for this conversation. Now, before we get into our conversation, we're going to introduce ourselves, and I'll start. My name is Jameer.
I'm Naya.
All right, and we're gonna get into this conversation that we're having for the culture, and I'm gonna pass it over to my lovely co-host Naya, and we're gonna dig into it.
Okay, guys. Well, thank you guys for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe. But today's conversation is going to be about body shaming. I know you guys heard about Lizzo, Jonah Hill, and other people, Lil Kim. So we're just going to dig right into it. So I'm as sure like you heard about Lizzo.
Hmm.
All
Yes,
right.
I
So
definitely did.
what was your intake? Like, how did you feel about that?
All right, so all right, so before I give my intake, for those that may not have heard it, I give it a little backstory. So Lizzo had attended Cardi B's 29th birthday party. We talked about this on Gagging, but 29th birthday party,
Mm-hmm.
and she actually wore a see-through dress, and she had pasties on, and basically exposed herself. But she had pasties on and barely any, short shorts on, and a lot of people was body shaming her and saying that it was inappropriate. It was disgusting to look at and other things like that. So for me, I actually thought she looked good, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I think looks is not only about your physical appearance, but about your confidence. So to
Exactly.
me, she was confident enough to go out there like that. That's something that people are not used to seeing. But I feel like the more and more people like her push that boundary, we would get more comfortable with it because Rihanna wore something very similar and nobody said nothing. And that maybe because she's a skinnier woman than
Yeah.
Lizzo. So that's how I felt about it. How did you feel about it, Naya?
When it came to Lizzo, first of all, Lizzo has a beautiful soul. She's down to earth. No, I have not met her, but I follow her. She's very down to earth. So that's one. But when it came to her outfits, I really didn't see nothing wrong in her outfits, to be honest. And it wasn't just the Cardi B. She's been like they've been body shaming her. I remember when she went to the basketball game. I guess it was inappropriate to wear that outfit at the basketball game. But at the same time, she killed it.
Hmm.
Um, as far as in the Cardi B thing,
Lizzo, you mean?
no, the Cardi B thing. You said she went to her party.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's
yeah,
what
I'm
I'm
sorry.
talking about. As
Mhm.
far as the Cardi B situation, and her going to her party, I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody was dressed just like that or probably more exposed. So I don't understand what the issue was. And again, it's because her shape. So a lot of people look at being perfect or beautiful or appealing being plastic,
Hmm.
you know.
Or being what America's standard of beauty is, which is outdated because a lot of people think,
We can't even
because
say skinny no more because I get shamed for being skinny. So that's why I said plastic. And there's nothing wrong with people who get their bodies done or even getting plastic surgery. But at the same time, sometimes they look a mess and they look like soldiers and they look like linebackers and they look like built built back ants. Like their bodies is shaped a mess and they all look the same. So you are coming at Lizzo because Lizzo is not shaped the same way as what America see as perfect, which is surgery, which is not natural, and a woman who goes out there with rose. I'm small and I still have rose. Like you can't stop rules. I'm small and I still have rules, and it wasn't nothing wrong with Lizzo had on. I don't feel like it was something wrong. Just like you said, Rihanna wore something similar. So why they not coming at Rihanna? And I like Rihanna. It's nothing wrong with Rihanna. I'm just saying,
in comparison.
what's the
So let
difference?
me ask this because now I'm gonna play devil's advocate because a lot of people will say, okay, Lizzo put herself out there like this, and when you put yourself out there like this, which I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, but when you put yourself out there like this, then you have to be open to public
The opinion.
scrutiny and everything. So what do you say about that? People is like, listen, I'm entitled to my opinion.
That's true. That is
Hmm.
all. That is true. I do believe that, but I feel like what society do, they attack. It's a difference of having an opinion. Like, man, Lizzo shouldn't have wore that, but to attack her, they'll say like, oh, she look like a whale, or she look like a wildebeest. Like they'll say all kinds of things. Like instead of saying like, I don't think that was appropriate, or I don't think that she should have wore that. Instead, they attack her. Is a difference.
Exactly. It's
Just
always
like we was talking about Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill do look a little strange, but at the same time, okay, he lost weight. Maybe he. What if they don't even know if he have a disease or if he's sick? Just like they try to play the guy off of Wakanda guy, and he passed.
Chadwick Boseman.
Huh?
Oh, his name was Chadwick Boseman. But
Yes,
yeah.
and they try to play him as well, and he was sick the whole entire time. You know what I mean? You
Mm-hmm.
never know what somebody's going through, and they just sit here and attack people. And that's what society does. And like I told you, sometimes they attack me as well, and sometimes I'm like, well, damn, should I get surgery or should I take some type of supplements to make me gain weight? I'm like, is skinny not acceptable? But honestly, being small is healthy, and there's some big people that's healthy. You know what I mean? That
Exactly.
surgery shit, it's not always healthy. I'm not,
Exactly.
but they be looking good. There's some people who looks very, very good. But go
You're
ahead.
right, right. So I do think that even back with like Lizzo and everything. So with Lizzo, I always take it back to normalizing. And this is sad to even say because I don't think we should be normalizing her weight because weight is weight. You get what I'm saying? Like there's not one size out here. The average size of a woman, I don't know the exact size, but it's like, it's not
Neither.
what America perceive it to be. That is unrealistic. So what I like about Lizzo is the fact that she even did clap back and she told people that she does stuff like this because like what you said, Naya, people constantly attack. So her motive is bigger. It's to inspire people who look like her and
Mhm.
even people who may have other things wrong with them, whether it's a missing leg or like whatever the case may be, like it's to help that, and that's what I love about it. Now talking about Jonah Hill, Jonah Hill actually put out there that I don't want y'all, talking about my body, and I
Yeah,
do think that when
Kia just
exactly, and
Kia.
I think that when somebody puts out there that they don't want to be talked about, then I think that we should agree with that. Now, if you are joking on yourself, then I'm okay with laughing at you because you're joking on yourself. But obviously, like you said, something happened with Chadwick Boseman, and people was clowning him, and
Yeah.
then he passed away, and then everybody felt bad. So people
Oh
really need
yeah.
to.
We should have known. They should have just said no. Stop attacking people. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And one thing, I'm sorry to cut you
No,
off.
you're good.
Something I also enjoy about Lizzo is confident. So it's not
Hmm.
more than just like, oh, she's just big and she just trying to make herself. No, she's confident. She got more
Hmm.
confidence than me, and I'm smaller, and I'm gonna keep it real. She has a lot of confidence, and she owns it. She
Hmm.
owns it. I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna take all the pictures. I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna twerk. I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. She owns her size. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And the reason why people that has plastic surgery, they weren't confident, right? They weren't happy about their bodies. They didn't feel accepted. So they went on and actually got surgery. You know what I mean? They
Hmm.
went on and felt like they had to do this to be pretty. Lizzo feel like I look good regardless. I don't care what I'm in.
And you want to know what I want to bring up
Oh,
too, even with
somebody else.
Lizzo.
Go ahead. It's another one. Damn.
You
What's
said
her
what?
name? It's somebody else on Love and Hip Hop. Dang, I was on the what's that thing they have? What's that little thing they have when everybody go in there to celebrities and they go talk? I got
I don't know. Hold on, before I
go
lose
ahead.
my thought with Lizzo. She was on the Breakfast Club, and I remember she was saying that if she wanted to be skinny, she could get the surgery. She had so much access to get
Clubhouse.
surgery
Go ahead.
if she wanted to be skinny, she could go get the surgery. But it's the fact that that's not the route she want to take. Lizzo is actually a vegan. Lizzo is
Oh, I didn't
also
know that.
yeah, she's a vegan. Lizzo is also very like she makes healthy daily choices, but she has
Right.
the access to get the work done if she wanted. But I think it says something more about her that she doesn't go get it because she's not
Yeah.
falling into public's the peer pressure from the public to do whatever they want her to do because everybody don't know what they wanted to do. People are just talking because they got a mouth and everything. But
Mhm.
what was you about to say?
I'm looking for her now. She on Love and Hip Hop. I don't know if you know her. She's
I
on Love
don't
and
think I
Hip Hop.
do.
She's heavy. She's a bigger girl. She used to rap. Well,
I
she
don't.
raps. Damn, she in the lane right now. I don't know. They used to do her the same way. If I come and find her name while I'm on here, then I'm going to tell you. But
All right.
but I understand what you're saying. And I agree. And see again, what if she has it's like hereditary? What if somebody in her family, her mother was big or something?
Or what if she just want to be that size? You get what I'm saying?
Right,
Like,
right.
what if she just
Yeah,
want to be that size?
yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of people make it seem as if there's not supposed to be some fat people in the world. some plus size women. Let me say a better word, plus size women in the
Mhm.
world.
Mhm.
Like I feel like it's a reason, and don't get me wrong, isn't that what BBW is?
Found her, but yeah, and her name is Tokyo. You know Tokyo?
I do not know who that is, but and I don't even want to be disrespectful, but I don't know who that is.
Okay, but this is Tokyo right here. I will show you. I can show you. This is Tokyo. You probably never seen Tokyo before, but Tokyo is big and she's still pretty. She's pretty and people body shame her as well. You know, she did come down on some weight and whatever, but she's pretty. Like
Hmm.
I think it's some
So she
small
went. So she
with
went through the same
horrible.
stuff Lizzo went through.
Yeah, but not as much. I feel like they really attacking Lizzo because Lizzo, she's very humble. And the one thing about Tokyo gonna clap back. You feel me? So people ain't gonna be too much on her. But Tokyo, she humble and she's chill. Like she's not about to get into all that. She's still about to go make her music and get her money.
Okay, so can I ask you this? Do you ever, because I feel like a lot of us all have a little bit of
Okay.
uh um bias in us sometimes, because what I'm
Mhm.
about to bring up now is like I do think that we shouldn't really talk about people's weight, but there's big conversations always with females when they talk about men's height and everything. And should that be equally as controversial as talking about somebody's weight? Because the one thing I can say, being a shorter man, I can't change my height. People can lose weight or gain weight. I can't change my height. I can't get implants in my knees. So
I mean, you can get some Skechers or you can get some taller sneakers.
but I ain't doing all that, you
Like,
know. So,
no,
what's your take on
black
that?
men.
Because and can you even like, to me, I don't think there's nothing wrong with having a preference. That you have a preference,
I
but what
definitely
if exactly? So, what's your take on that? Because I feel like if we can have the outreach about that, then we should be having a conversation about it all, height, weight. Because I said yesterday I had a conversation with Hollywood like producers on Instagram Live, and I said that I'm not mad about my height. I don't like to be defined by my height. Don't define me by my height. Don't assume I'm an angry little man because of my height. You get what I'm saying? Because that's a stereotype out there. Just like a lot of people think people are fat because they eat. You
yeah.
know.
Hmm.
So, what is your take on that? And what is your preference? Because you say you do have a preference.
Okay, so when we go into the dating aspect, so when we go there, I can't really say, but I can say this. All right, it's nothing wrong with a man being short, but would I date a short man? I date a lot of guys that's technically like my height or a little taller, but most of the guys I ever dated was like my height. And to be honest, most of those tall guys, things are small. So the little niggas be packing. So that's one. But can we compare the height to the weight? I guess we could, but I never.
Give me your honest opinion, because we
No,
this is safe
you know, I'm
space.
gonna keep it real, so I can't
Hmm.
really say. So how can I say this? Again, I said little niggas be packing, and I just said I know a lot of little niggas that be knocking niggas out, men out.
Facts.
A lot of them, you
Floyd
know.
Mayweather.
Okay, I know people personally that's small that be really putting tall people down, and even you know what I mean. So when it comes to small guys, and when it comes to weight. I mean, we can compare it, but I don't really do it. And the thing is, I do have a preference. I mean, I wouldn't want nobody that's really, really short and he at my chin and I gotta like bend down to give him a kiss. Like now I'm looking down like this, like give me a kiss, babe. Nobody wanna do that, you know what I mean? So I don't know.
And all right, so I get what you're saying. It's like your preference in dating, but you don't go around hating short people, saying,
I don't
"Oh,
go
he's
around,
so
oh,
short."
look at his little self. Like, you know what I mean? I don't, and again, I said, remember what I said about Lizzo? It's the way you say it. She was being
Mhm.
attacked. We shouldn't go out there and attack people that's smaller than us. Oh, I'm not fooling with him because he's too small. You know what
So
I mean?
what? Yeah. So what do you think about the perception that that short men are always angry? Like, what do you think about that? Because I hear that a lot.
It's almost like when they say black women are angry. So I can't sit here and agree with
Oh,
that.
good
You know what I
point.
mean? Because they always say angry black woman, you know,
Mhm.
angry little man. Like, no, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's angry. Everybody's mad about something. So I can't sit here and say all short people or smaller people are angry because that reminds I hate when someone say like angry black woman. You know, and even black men say this all the time, and I hate it. It irritates me so bad. They always say like black women are angry. Yeah. We're probably mad about some things and frustrated because we stand by y'all and y'all say stuff like that. And then you're always, not all, some downgrade us and make us feel that way. And we're little men, like, okay, let's not call them little men. Let's call them shorter men. I don't want to call them.
Yeah, I thought I got shot.
That's a little word. Okay, so all right, shorter men. Like, I mean, it's not wrong with that. I dated a lot of men that were short. I have.
Right, and you know what, and that's why I brought up
body so much. I mean, it's a couple men. I mean, that I probably had talked to back in the day that was tall, and I had to look up to him. And a woman preferred to look up to the man, you know what I mean? But if we gotta be eye to eye, that's cool. That's easier to kiss. If we talking shit, I can really get into it. Like, yeah, I can't be like, yeah, pop, 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 pop to my man. We
you
right
can, here. But let me ask you this:
heels on.
So let me ask you this, because even going back into the weight aspect of it, because I do know that sometimes it's different because you heard of fat nigga season, or is that what it's called, fat nigga season?
Yeah, it's some in the wintertime you want a big man or something.
Yeah, and then sometimes, and then that's men being like, you know, praised for their weight, but then it seems to be opposite for women.
Ooh, this is crazy. I know, because you just said that. Yeah, they attack Lizzo and a lot of women, but they don't really get the men like that.
They don't.
Nobody say, "Oh, let's time big woman. It's wintertime coming."
But sometimes they do, because Nicki Minaj just say, "Ain't no fat nigga telling me what he ain't eating." About DJ Khaled saying he don't eat his wife vagina. You feel me?
Yeah, but it's a lot of bigger men that's in relationships versus a lot of bigger women. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I get that.
Like that. I feel like nobody says the wintertime come, I gotta go cuff me a big John. Nobody says that. They say I want a big nigga because they look at big men. A lot of men, big men, they say got money. So they look at it like that. They don't say, "Oh, I want a big woman because she got some bread. The wintertime coming, I'm trying to get up under her arms and cuddle up."
But so can I ask you this, Naya? Would you have you ever, or did you ever date a fat guy?
All right, I talked to one guy, but again, a lot of times, like I went back to like he had himself together. He was financially stable, and yeah, I didn't really think about and that's crazy. When I did talk to him, it was a long time ago. We met in Atlanta, and we was dating for a little while for real. And he basically said, like, "Dang, I didn't think he was gonna talk to me because I was big." I wasn't even thinking about that. You know what I mean? I wasn't.
I'm sorry. Can I ask you this? So did him saying that kind of like make you think about it more? Or
yeah, then I started looking like at his shoulders, his back, and everything. I'm like, yeah, I mean, you is big.
So how did y'all phase out? Like, did you like just like go ghost one day, or so can I ask you this?
No, what?
All right. Finish that. Finish that, and then I'm gonna ask you a question.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I mean, it was a minute ago, but we separated.
Okay, so let me ask you this hypothetically. So if you're in a relationship and your partner, y'all start out, you know, he's skinny or he's, you know, not fat, and then he get fat. Now, would your thing be to not even would you stay? Would your thing be to, okay, well, this ain't how I met him, so let me at least try to like motivate him to exercise. Like how would you bring it up to him if you wasn't loving the weight?
Oh, yeah, okay. You said, now how would I break it down? Like, baby, you getting big.
Yeah, and what solution would you try to come up with it? Like, would you like just say that, or would you like, baby, you getting big, but we can start going to the gym, we can eat healthier? Like, would you adjust your lifestyle for him?
So I'm definitely very blunt when it comes to a lot of things, but I don't like hurting people's feelings. You know what I mean? So maybe cooking differently would be one thing, and then bringing different type of foods in the house. And then I'm like, babe, you like running? Because I like running. You know, have you ever been to the gym before? Because I just want to get a gym membership so bad. So like maybe.
So you're saying it without saying it. Like you're saying it without saying, hey, I'm not attracted to this, but you're basically just trying to motivate him to get back to who he was, basically.
But would I leave? No, I wouldn't leave, especially if I love somebody. It don't matter what happens to them, I'm going to stick by their side. So I'm not about to just run out on somebody because of their weight. But I know a lot of men would, but a lot of women are like, I mean, this still babe, so I just gotta work with it.
So okay, so I'm happy you brought that up because
question. Are you leaving Big Mama?
I'm not going to leave her, but I'm definitely like you. I'm definitely going to try to come up with.
But you going to cheat? You ain't gonna leave her, but you going to cheat?
Not even that, no, because my thing is I'm not real big on cheating. Like my thing would be, okay, let's say it was something that I wasn't, attracted to. then I'm gonna definitely try to come up with suggestions. I do feel like communication, and it's always how you say it,
Yeah.
can really help in everything. Even like, listen, we could both get in the gym. You feel me? Like, I'm
Um,
gonna try to motivate you. I'm not gonna talk down to you. And I was in a situation like this where I actually did, I was going to the gym, and I'm gonna actually say like this mutual person we know and everything, because it was a situation. All right, so I was in a relationship with some girl named Brittany, but your cousin Shonda, your cousin Shonda was always in the gym, nice, six pack and everything.
I'm
And,
playing
and
about the gym. Her body nice.
exactly. So I remember complimenting her on her abs, ABS. And I
Yeah.
remember saying that. And so Shonda gave us a ride home from work, long story short. And I was, complimenting, her about, her going to the gym and everything. And I
Yeah.
said she had nice abs. And that actually triggered my girlfriend at the time,
Yeah.
because she was like, that was very inappropriate. And
Right.
she took it as like slight shade, but it was not that at all. I was not,
My
saying
cousin
that
got a
to.
nice body, so you just complimented
That's
it.
what I'm
Ain't
saying.
nothing wrong with that.
And Shonda like a sister to me, So,
Yeah.
and she knew that and everything, but she was saying that was very inappropriate. So it's always about, the person and their confidence as well. Because if they're insecure, it's
Yeah.
not really much you can do about it. So to me,
Yeah.
I would rather be upfront with you, but
Yeah.
not blunt with you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I
And try to
understand.
come up with those situations, because we would go to the gym and she would do more. I called it flexercising, where she would be in the gym taking pictures, but not actually exercising. And that's what pissed me off, is the fact that you're acting like you're exercising and you're not really exercising. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah. So with that, I find myself sometimes being insecure about my body as well. So it's like
Same here.
I do. And even though people are like, well, you petite, you small, like you shouldn't like your body. I'm like, I know, but then again, society makes me feel like sometimes I have to be bigger or I have to have a bigger butt. I don't need no bigger. I don't need bigger knees, but bigger butt, some hips, thicker thighs, and sometimes I feel like that. And honestly, I'm perfect. I am. For somebody, my boyfriend
Mhm.
loved my size, so it's like, all right, cool. I always used to mention like I'm about to get surgery, or if he see me drinking, and she was like, "Why are you drinking?" I'm like, "You can't be drinking no more." Well, I'm like, I think I want surgery. Like I thought about it a couple times, but I'm scared, so I'm definitely not going to do it.
So can I ask you this? I'm
What?
sorry, I'm gonna cut you off. So when you get to thinking like that about your body, is it normally from, because we come from black families and sometimes families be very blunt with it. Is it from a comment like someone may say to you and then you start to overanalyze yourself, or is it like just something that you kind of grew up having because of the plastic bodies we see on Instagram, or because of the models and stuff like that? Like what is that with you? Because I could look at you and say that, but I know that it's easier said than done. So what is that with you? Because I go through the same thing and I don't know what it be, because sometimes I think I fluctuate with my weight.
Yeah, so it's a couple things. So for one, it starts with mental health. So at one point in time, I was thicker and I was stressed out. I had a time in my life when I was very, very stressed. So I went to almost 160 to 123 in almost 2 months. And my mom friends and people used to say, "Look at skinny mini," or they used to say all these skinny things. I'm like, "Mom, if somebody else say that I'm skinny one more time, I'm gonna go off. Like I'm gonna go off." I was way smaller than this because right now I'm 139. And I was way smaller, and I did look sick because internally I was depressed. So I started like body shaming myself, being extra insecure. And then I go on social media and I see all these women that's thick and people talking about, dang, she got turkey, she got cake. Dang, like people saying different things. I'm like, dang, what I got?
Mm-hmm.
So like, flatty patty pancake, So like I used to be insecure. And then I used to see like when I was out with different women, people would say, "You pretty, but you skinny." Okay. Okay. And then, being on social media and also with even these clothing websites. I'm sorry, I love Fashion Nova, but at one point in time, Fashion Nova, they used to have all size women. They do have a plus size, but then they got a plastic side. They used to have women that looked like me, that was smaller, that I can tell how I'm gonna look in these clothes. But now it's like, hey, she got a body and a big butt. Now I don't know how it's gonna look on me. Okay, let me go on this side. Okay, that's the plus side. I'm small, so you know what I mean. So clothing lines play the part. Social media play the part. I really don't look up to celebrities. I enjoy them. I admire some, but I don't like but they kind of make you feel that way. And just people, period. Even men. Because if I walk by somebody right now, they're going, oh, she cute, she pretty, or whatever they want to say about me. They're going to look at my butt and it's nothing back there. You know, so they're going to be disappointed. But
so you're kind of like more conscious in the butt area. Is it like
I'd rather have a bigger butt, but I still want to be thicker down there, but I'm perfect. So it's just like I'm not about to go get
but
surgery.
you know, like squats and stuff, like
my legs strong, Jameer.
I think it's
I need to do more lifting. I need to do more weights. Lifting.
Yeah, I think like all that, and then
it all just
exercises.
Down. No,
it's definitely exercises that can do that, and that's what I always take it back to, like
eating better.
When people talk about people's height and stuff, that's something that a lot of people can't change. But I want to ask you this because we remember Monique, and Monique used to always talk about skinny bitches don't eat after 7. You feel me? Like, you know, and again, I think a lot of that comedy came from me
too.
Huh?
They did Monique bad like that too.
Exactly. So, but I love Monique Confident. So,
I love it.
Yeah, I love that thing.
All that confidence.
And even when she lost the weight, she's not quote unquote skinny. She's, you know, at a healthy weight, and I think she looked great and everything. But my question is, do you think plus size girls should have the same what's the word I'm looking for, empathy for skinnier girls? Because sometimes they look at like, girl, you skinny, you ain't got no problems. Like, do you think it should be
big girls attack me too? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of big girls like, girl, you need some more meat on your bones.
And is that equally as offensive as telling somebody that they're fat? You think in your point of view?
Again, I think it is. It is, because what if I was like, that was the last straw and I was so suicidal, I'm tired of being skinny, I'm about to just end this right here. Nobody loves me. You know, people don't understand that. Skinny woman, big woman, we feel attacked sometimes. You know what I mean? You don't know when there's someone's breaking point. And who are you to tell me that I'm too this or I'm too that? But obesity is real. You know what I mean? And that help, as far as in the health, and people should be more mindful, because it's a difference if you're saying it because of their health versus because how they look, like, oh, you just too big. Because there's a lot of big women that are healthy. You know what I mean? But as far as in because of their health, then speak on it. Like, yo, friend, I think that you should slow it down. Or, you know what I mean? Like diabetes, heart attacks, this, that, high blood pressure, different things. You know what I mean? And there's some smaller people who have that issue too. But, you know what I mean?
Yeah, not for sure. Not for sure. So
I'm going to tell you, remember, everybody's going to shrink one day. So forget them. We'll shrink anyway. So they're the same size.
Facts. Nah, for sure. What time are we at? I just want to make sure.
27.
All right, we're going to do a 2-part for sure. But okay, so I want to try to squeeze this in real quick before we get to the time. We run out of time. So your final thoughts on this, because on the second part we're going to talk about the Lil Kim and dig deeper into like the health aspect of it. Final thoughts on the Lizzo part of it. What do you like final thoughts basically, like on the whole Lizzo thing and how people should treat her?
First, I want to say, Lizzo, keep loving yourself and keep being confident, because a lot of people are not confident. And most of the people that are attacking you, Lizzo, they're unhappy. They're very unhappy within themselves, and they'll be in Dominican Republic or Miami getting their bodies done. So continue to love yourself. Also, I do feel like there's a way to say things and people should not attack her. You know what I mean? There's a way. There's a way to say things. And I feel like society has not taken the approach correctly. Not everyone, some of society has not, said things right, or just comment right, or their feedback wasn't healthy. That's it. They acting like this girl was wobbling left or right. And like she just can't get in the car. She can't get out the car. She gotta have one of those shows on Lifetimes or one of those health shows, a documentary.
That's what we going. That's what we going to dig deep into on the second part, the 600-pound life. Now that is when I think it's a problem, but we going to definitely dig deeper.
But we don't want to get past 300-400 either. But yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So we're going to wrap up this part and then make sure y'all stay tuned for the second part. So I want to so my quick final thoughts, real quick. Lizzo, you're beautiful. There's women out there who need to see you that's doing this, because you're doing something for other people that's not that confident. Also, I do think again, people, it's not what you say, is how you say it.
Exactly.
And then if you think something, like, you don't have to say it publicly, just say it to yourself and be
Right.
ignorant and be ignorant in silence. You ain't got to be ignorant in public. You feel me?
Exactly.
So I do want to encourage everybody to subscribe to As the Culture Turns. Follow us on Instagram at As the Culture Turns. You can follow my personal Instagram at Jameer 3_. My co-host. What they
And
can follow
Naya
you.
Rose, Naya_Rose, 2 Z's, 2 Y's.
There we go. All right,
Thank
so stay tuned for part 2.